Hey guys, welcome to Bullion Bullz trading, where we focus on goal-based gold trading. We are focusing on rule-based gold trading and institutional order flow. Today we are breaking down the New York session and identifying high probability setups on gold using our structured approach, which is our Bullion Bullz trading system. One thing that we're going to be changing going forward is we're going to be focusing heavily on this pressure column here. This would help us assess the market conditions and see if we are taking the right direction in the market. Ideally, the pressure should align with our overall bias to give us high probability setups. Before we look for trades, let's quickly go to Forex Factory. Okay, there is no red news anymore. We had news at 6:30. Pressure is looking strong, volume is looking strong. We can try a trade right here with a very, very small stop loss and target a minimum 1 to 2. This is just to see, if we are getting the market direction right, because we have our structure formation here. This is one of our signals that you have your change of character, you have the break of structure, and then you're getting this this signal, which is one of the strongest signals we have in the space in our trading setup. Target minimum 1 to 2. Pressure is heavy to the buy side. We can quickly go to the previous day high and previous day low. Market is inside, so we should expect range instead of expansion or distribution. Oscillator is aligned on 2 time frames. High time frames are still pointing towards bearishness in the market. We are following our structured approach. This signal that you see here is based on our strategy. So we're going to be waiting for our trade to finish. Yeah, the market is having huge amount of pressure to the buy side. We are trending. Let's wait. This is our first trade of the day. Now, based on the new rules, we will be able to take our setups more often and kill the setups or close our trades if we will see the market direction is changing. For now, we're still in the trade, targeting a minimum 1 to 2. Like right now, the pressure is pretty much sustaining here at 4.63. Anything above 2 is good. So as long as it's above 2, we should be good. This actually helps you, stay away from choppy markets. Volatility is strong right now, so we will not go heavy on any trades. We'll focus on, smaller position sizing and just size based on the risk. So if you take, let's say, 0.2, like let's say you take 0.1 lot, normally you would target 0.05 lot right now, because normally it's 30 pips ATR, today it's 60 pips. So we'll be targeting smaller position sizes for the same amount of gains. So calculate your position sizing and risk accordingly in the markets. Yeah, we can see pressure is still strong to the buy side. If this comes below 2, that would be an indication that, you know, we will have to sit back and then find our new entry. But so a couple of things are going here for this position. Number one, we have our pressure that's building up. Number two, we have our structure that has formed. So a couple of things, these things are, you know, really aligning towards a good trade setup. But we just have to see for now if the market gives us what we are looking for. Okay, so yeah, so this trade hit our stop loss. You can just close the trade. The pressure is still heavy on the buy side. Let's see. Okay, so we have just hit our stop loss. We're gonna wait for the pressure to switch. Yeah, you can target the previous day low. Just wait for now. We're still like on the buy side, especially from a trend perspective, but we're gonna see if, you know, the market has switched its direction. Currently, we're still bullish. Using pressure starting to come down. Yeah, this is one of the good indications to avoid the choppy markets. Again, means this is one of like what we are doing through this channel is showing you guys how you can follow a rule-based approach and still make money in the financial markets. The pressure is neutral right now, so there's no direction. You have to wait for sell side to establish. Okay, I think we'll just wait for the trade setup. We're just going to close this one. We're going to target the other. So pressure, we need to wait for the pressure. 5, 15, 30. We just just have to wait for now. Pressure needs to be above 2, but this is our setup that normally works in the markets. 30-minute is bearish. Because we're going to be following our setups going forward, right? If there is a setup, we will take the setup based on our pressure here. This is just this setup will get activated once this pressure goes above 2. Because the market could just be ranging today. So we'll just have to wait for now. I'll try to take a small position based on rules. Stop will go right above the band. Pressure is heavy on lower time frames. Higher time frame 2 is starting to build pressure. And if it comes back up, like that would mean that the market is ranging today. So I might just need to, like, because ideally the pressure has to be 2 for us to try to find a direction, but we had our setup forming before like the pressure turn 2, right? So we just got to see if we can get our trade setup to follow through. These trades are high risk trades because number one, we have opened inside the range. So market has opened inside the range. And number two, we are not having a clear direction right now. So these are just trades we are taking on demo to just, you know, kind of understand the direction, and then later on we will start, you know, building our setup. So but these are some of the setups we do take, and right now we just need to see our pressure is increasing on the sell side, so our structure is telling us the market is bearish, like moving to the bearish, moving to the sell side. We do see pressure building up. We have pressure on all time frames. Like this has to increase continuously. It has to go above 2, and then at that point in time we should see price, you know, melting to the downside. Let's wait. The stop's pretty tight. Like with these type of trades, you can find multiple opportunities, but you have to be very mindful of your stop. You can get stopped out. Normally when the price, like this is a ranging state, but for the purpose of this channel, we will be trying to take setups that would potentially, you know, that meet our criteria. Basically, we will be taking every setup that meets our criteria. What this does, it aligns you with higher time frame order flow, right? So if the higher time frame order flows were bearish, you will see this pushing down. So there's a lot of pressure that's building up on the sell side. It's already gone above 2, so we just have to wait for now. However, we have to be mindful of our stops. We cannot let stops run out. So yeah, pressure's building up, guys. Pressure's building up. On 5-minute, we are bullish. 15, we are bearish. 30-minute, we're bearish. So price is moving towards the higher time frame bias, which is bearish. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep us sit on our hand until we start seeing, real momentum coming into market. There's a lot of pressure on the move. However, this number has to keep increasing for us to look to the downside. Okay, so it seems like market is just ranging, guys. Gold is ranging today. It's just range bound. So for now, we're just gonna wait. And that's why, we have 3 parts to this methodology. We're gonna use our, number 1, we're gonna use the bias, which has to be bearish overall, which in this case is bearish so far, apart from the 5-minute. And then we need structure to be bearish, and then we need volume to be bearish. Like in this case, we do see pressure building above 2. We just need to wait and see if, however, we're about to reach our stop. And this is where the market conditions are different, right? So we might just not be like based on our inside day, we knew that market is ranging, it's range bound. So ideally it should be a mean reversion day for us instead of a trend day. So if this hits stop, then we have hit our 2 stops, and then later on we will just look for trades, and then we'll just trade paper money here. As long as this stays above 2, we should be good on the sell side. Yeah, this is a low risk setup. This is our A plus setup, and this is an A setup, right? This setup requires less. You have to be having a smaller risk on this one. This one you can add more risk, but it depends on the market conditions as well, right? So this is the first time you're using the pressure system, because I've done back testing on it and it works really well, and it keeps you away from choppy market, and it ensures that you enter markets when the markets are trending instead of trying to get into random entries. And we're just live testing it in front of you guys today. You can see pressure is kind of staying at 2.47 to 2.45. We need this to increase. Everything is still pointing to the downside. However, if this does not increase, that would just mean that price is just consolidating at this level. We want this to increase for it to continue going down. see. Like this is like the simplest way you can utilize order flow as part of your trading methodology, right? We're seeing pressure increasing. Let's see if we can break this level. Yeah, it's not increasing, right? So you potentially might just close the entry because we want this number to increase, but it's staying under 2 is also a good sign. Like we don't want it to go below 2, and if it goes below 2, then that potentially is uh, a setup we just need to close. Let's wait. Okay, staying under 2, still at 2, 6. We just need to wait. Okay, staying under 2. Yeah, this would just be our stop loss, guys. Almost gonna hit our stop. Pressure's gone below 2. That's not a good sign for us. Yeah, it's just ranging today. I'm just gonna close the trade, guys. We're just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for a good trade to form. We had 2 losses so far. No trade until we have pressure again, either on 2 on the buy side or 2 on the sell side, because that gives you an advantage in the market to ensure that you're taking the right trade setup. And that's fine, like it's paper money. We're trading demo account, and this is where we're focusing on our journey, and you'll see how our journey will evolve over time and how we're going to be able to take trades. Because if it's a range day, if it's a day inside day like this, that the candle opened inside the previous day candle, then it's just a ranging day, and that's what we should expect today, a range bound market. We can try to see if we can like whenever the session started, how the anchored VWAP is doing with regards to that, right? You can try to sell the pops. So if we sell the pop back to the anchored VWAP, that is one of the ways we can trade the mean revision market. because pressure is still, it's still not 2. So let's see. I just want to turn on the band 2 as well. So this is where we want to short the market back to the VWAP. So on such a day, we want to short it all the way back to the anchored VWAP from here. Let's go. Yeah, now we are trading it as a mean reversion day so far, right? We expect price to come back. If it's a mean reversion day, price has opened inside the daily candle. We do see pressure mounting up. So we might not see this reversing here. Like normally on a range day, we would see mean reversion going back to the anchored VWAP, but in this case, it's not. So pressure is going above 2. Once it goes above 2, we can try again, taking another trade. We already have this. We'll wait for our setup to form before we take any trade. We're not going to FOMO into any trade. 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. Yeah, everything is still pointing towards bearishness in the market. So we'll have to wait for now. Yeah, this price can just start coming back down. Let's see if we can do this. If this closes, we can just target the downside. This is, guys, this is just a practice trade. I'm not really taking trades. I'm just trying to see. It's a mean reversion day, so we want to see if it mean reverts back to the anchored VWAP. And this is actually coming from the the candle opening inside the range, inside the previous day's range. And we're just waiting to see that, okay? And what we want to see is previous day high. Is candle going to come back down? That's another question. Let's see. Daily candle is still inside the range. But this is just just a demo thing to see, you know, if we're getting it right or not. But yeah, this is a trendy market, so I think we can go long here. Yeah, trend is about to start, so just hold on and enjoy the ride. Yeah, this is what we were looking for. We can take a trade here, guys, and we can target. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is what we were looking for, and market gave us it at 8 a.m. at 10. Now we should see price pushing aggressively to the upside. Just need to keep eye on our volume here, our buyer versus seller's volume in the market. Yeah, pressure is at 4. So it's telling us there is a lot of buying pressure in the market. But yeah, this is a new methodology, like, because uh, our bias was holding us back from quick impulse trades, but this type of setup is going to help us get into these impulse trades using our flow and pressure. Yeah, this is at 5.25, right? So we're gonna another position here. Yeah, as long as this keeps increasing, we are in a trade, and we can target the upside right here. Yeah. Yeah, so we had to open our trade right here. Stop goes right here. TP is gonna be potentially this right here. We target a minimum 1 to 2 basically. Yeah, and this is mainly coming from our pressure and flow methodology, right? We do see pressure building up here. It's increasing aggressively, and we do want it to, you know, keep pushing. Yeah, this is a good trade so far. We do see 8.54x on the pressure side. As long as this keeps pushing up, that tells us that, you know, gold wants to keep going up. Okay, good. This is really good. The pressure is pushing higher. Let's go. You can see an aggressive move to the upside to the previous day high. That's our target. Pressure is coming down. Yeah, gold does aggressive moves. So if it has made the move, we should see price pushing up. Because otherwise it would have just mean reverted back to the anchored VWAP. However, we can see it's trying to make higher highs and higher lows. So it's trying to build a structure here. So we'll target the structure, and we will focus on a minimum 1 to 2. We do see pressure increasing again. So this tells us that higher time frame is aligned. On the oscillator side, we're still bearish on higher time frames, but we're making a major move on 15-minute. So this could be something big that we can see coming in. Let's wait. We should see pressure mounting. Let's wait. And this is where the new methodology has, like this is something that, the system has given us, that we can utilize our pressure to see if, buyers are pressuring the market right now or sellers are pressuring the market right now. So in this case, it's the buyers pressuring the market. And that's why, we're still staying in our trade. But again, like anything, you always need to put your stops. You need to always ensure that you're having a proper risk management. If the pressure keeps building up, we know the price is going to keep pushing up. Yep, pressure is pushing up. So let's keep going. Sorry guys, I need to pick up a call. Just wait guys. Yeah guys, so pressure is still coming in heavy. Let's wait and see, if the pressure keeps continuing pushing up. Yeah, we do see, a lot of pressure coming into the market right now on the buy side. Sellers are, this is a pullback right now on 1 minute. The pressure needs to stay high for us to continue staying inside the trade. Let's see. Yeah, 1 minute selling is heavy. It's mainly because they took out this level and price fell from this level right here. So we want to see, pressure mounting, price pushing up. And right now pressure is starting to go down. Yeah, it being a high volume session, we should see price, doing that continuation move to the upside and pressure keep mounting up. Otherwise, if it was a quiet session, price would have just, dropped. But since it's a high volume session, we should see price pushing up with pressure starting to pick up as well. The market is trending, guys. Market is trending right now. And pressure is building up in the market. We should see, this is like a 1 minute pullback. Overall pressure is looking good. it's staying heavy on the buy side. So this tells us that buyers are extremely strong in the market. As long as the pressure keeps mounting up, this should tell us that price wants to go up. This could be a minor pullback. Yeah, just you see the pullback is only on the 1 minute so far, which is a good sign. All we need to see is price doing some consolidation and then pushing up. And as a systems trader, you will always learn new things about your system, how your system works, what are limitations of your system. Like for example, today we took these trades in the morning, but we followed our plan. However, they did not get executed, like they did not eventually reach the profit target because market was ranging at that point in time. So, but then we took this trade and price is, pushing in our direction. And it's mainly the pressure here that enabled us to take this trade. Here we had structure, but pressure was just at 2. So a point to note for future is, we want to see pressure increasing before we take any of these setups. So right now the pressure is still heavy, so we just need to wait. "30-minute candle is running yet." Yeah, major zone. Yeah, this is where we need to be keeping an eye because pressure is starting to go down. We're going to target a minimum 1 to 2, otherwise it's just put stop to break even. Daily candle, price is coming. Price is going to try to go, potentially go to the high, target the height of the previous day high. Pressure is still strong. The only thing that is there is the oscillator. The oscillator is pointing towards, the higher time frame is pointing towards the bear side. But we're utilizing the pressure on here, and this is telling us that there's still buying pressure in the market. And that's why I've changed the methodology a little bit, because with the oscillator we are going to be missing trades. However, with our new pressure methodology, which was there all the time, this is an observation that I had just now, that this can really help us ensure that we don't miss any trends and we stay inside the trend, and when the market is ranging, we stay outside the market. So let's see, guys, like this pressure is mounting up. So as long as this pressure stays up, like we have good chance that the trade will keep moving in our direction. Yeah, this Bullion Bulls trading system has been, is my strategy I've been using almost a year now. And we have combined it with volume. So number of buyers, number of sellers in the market, and this helps us, ensure that when we take our trade, our direction is aligned with the overall trend. And what's happening in the market, like where are the buyers, where are the sellers, and based on that, we're able to take advantage of the markets. Like right now, the pressure is still strong, and we're going to be holding our trade. We might see a good push coming in soon. What is 30-minute doing? Yeah. Yep. Price is still, there's a lot of buying pressure. The previous day high is right here. Like either it reaches the previous day high or it just is an like a inside day. As you know, the price opened inside the previous day's candle. Yeah, it just looks a lot more cleaner now because we don't have all the time frames on here, because otherwise means it was becoming too cluttered, and that's the only reason, now I only have, just a couple of time frames that I'm keeping eye on, like, and we can just, quickly go through them and see, okay, what the time frames are doing, and then based on that we can take the trade. Pressure is still strong. Buyers are heavy in the market right now. It's buyers dominating in the market. Any news? Yeah, we'll just have to wait for now. Pressure is starting to come back in, which means buyers are starting to become heavier again in the market. We had a 1 minute pullback again, a lot of sellers coming in. Uh, Buyers stepped in, pushing the price. Remember, these could be the breakout traders who are trying to break this out. Pressure is still heavy. We have sellers coming in, balanced by buyers. So yeah, buyers are dominating now. Sellers came in. However, we can see the sellers are only active on the 1 minute time frame, and like other than that, it's just the buyers. Like you can see, sellers are starting to come in here, and lower time frames are pointing us selling. However, higher time frames are pointing us buying. The pressure is heavy still, so buying is still valid. Yeah, it says mixed here, and this is a low probability setup. However, we're utilizing the pressure methodology today, which is, keeping an eye on buyers, how active buyers are in the market versus how sellers are active in the how active the sellers are in the market, and it is actually helping us decide whether we want to, stay inside the trade or close the trade. So right now, based on the pressure that we're seeing here, we're seeing buyers are heavy in the market. We want to stay in the market. Yeah, this could be just accumulation and then a push up. Yeah, this is very, very strong now. It's really strong right now. If this sustains, if this candle sustains, we are going to see extremely strong push. Uh, yeah, yeah, we should see a push coming in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This could be massive. This could be a big push coming in. Yeah, the pressure is mounting up. We should see price making aggressive moves now to the upside. Yeah, sellers are coming in, but they're being nominated by the buyers. So yeah, market should be pushing aggressively to the upside in a bit. Yeah, and potentially we can close half once we see, that push coming in. Yeah, ideally we would want to see a push. Price should make an aggressive move to the upside. And it's dominating. Pressure is building up. Trending. Buyers are coming in. Yeah, this is another setup. Like a setup like this could have been taken here, but we entered earlier because of our pressure methodology. This could be a second entry we could have taken, but for now we're just gonna focus on the trade. Yeah, as long as we see pressure pushing up, sellers just staying on lower time frames, we can see price making big moves in the market. And I was expecting a bigger push because whenever there's a lot of dominance in the market by the buyers or sellers, you would see aggressive push. But I was not happy with the type of push we got in the market. So, you know, we're just gonna wait because this is a structure based uh, signal that we got here, right? So the structure is ideal for buying. Pressure is still strong, so we want to be staying inside the trade. Yeah, even though price is coming down, we still see pressure being building up. Yeah, pressure is going up, guys. So we should see again a push coming in. Yeah, I would want an aggressive push to the upside. Yeah, this is really, really strong with buyers coming in heavy into the market. Yeah, the pressure is extremely strong and pressure is mounting up. Yeah, I would want, price to really push up and aggressively push to the target. Yeah, the pressure is extremely strong. Sellers are coming in, but they're weak sellers. We're seeing buyers, stepping in heavy. Pressure is building up. Price did fall last time from here, so this could be a zone where we can go take some profits. Took some profits here. We're just gonna hold the rest 50%. Pressure is still strong, so we're gonna stay in the trade. We took 50% off, guys, so you guys can see how we're managing our trade here. We took 50% off. We're still inside the trade, and we're targeting previous day high. As long as pressure stays strong, we're gonna hold our setup, and if the pressure starts to get weak, we can just close our trade and then look for another setup during the day. And this is actually one of the advantages of using Bullion Bullz trading system is that no matter whatever your strategy is, right? Like you can always utilize the Bullion Bullz trading system to refine your entries. Especially the Bullion Bullz Trend Master indicator, it helps you identify opportunities in the market where you can take advantage of, this pressure system that we have built, and this would help you stay on the right side of the trade. Instead of taking counter trend moves, you're taking, and if you combine it with liquidity and other concepts, means this can become very, very lethal in the market. So right now we're still inside the trade. Pressure is still heavy. We're waiting for our profit target to hit. We did close 50%. So we're going to be holding the rest to the TP or until the pressure starts to drop. If pressure drops, we potentially could be looking at closing our entry. But pressure is looking pretty strong. Buyers are heavy in the market. We could be, seeing another push coming in soon. But yeah, this is a trade we have taken during a bearish trend, which is, as you can see, the bias is bearish. Means when everything is aligned, means those are the perfect trades. But otherwise, we would not have a lot of trades in the market. But now using our pressure, we're able to take these small bursts in the market, which are essentially scalping opportunities in the market. When you combine it with overall structure, you're getting these trades. Like you're getting multiple trades during the day instead of just getting one trade. Yeah, like whatever loss we had on these trades, we pretty much recovered it here, and we're actually running in profit right now. So this is the advantage of our system. And plus it's really good for the live streams too, because people want to see trades happening, and with this system, we're able to see when the trades will become visible in the market. Like the pressure has gone down significantly. This is a warning sign. However, we're still holding strong on all the different time frames. So we want to be, still holding our trade. We want to see how the 30-minute candle closed. 30-minute candle closed bullish. This is a very, very strong signal that the price wants to push up. We just want to keep an eye on how the pressure performs at this level. But yeah, the candle close is extremely bullish. Yeah, we've already closed 50% of our trade. So this is another thing. We want to be closing 50% of our trades whenever we see pressure kind of slowing down, and or we're reaching our previous resistance. So you can see price fell aggressively and then price reversed here. So that's why we sold a bit here, because we had this area where price has aggressively reversed from last time. Yeah, pressure is kind of slowing down. So we just gotta wait. A lot of the time what happens is like pressure will stay in a range, and that should tell you that price is consolidating and getting ready for a burst. For now you can see it's staying in that 10 to 11 range, and if it stays here with structure, we should see price pushing up. Yeah, we can see now price is starting to come down because pressure is starting to go down as well. So we just need to keep an eye on pressure to ensure, our trade is still viable. Sellers are coming in heavy on 3 time frames. We have buyers still strong. Buyers are still strong overall. This could be a minor pullback and then a reversal. Let's go to 30-minute and see what the candle is doing. Yeah, the candle close has been pretty strong. It broke structure here. So we expect price to be bullish. But anything can happen in the financial markets. So we cannot guarantee anything. However, what we can do is we can lock our profits, right? And we don't see any news coming out, so let's wait. Yeah, if this goes to 2, we might have to just close the trade. But if stays above 2, we're going to still hold the trade. Like 2 is actually the trigger point for us to ensure that, we are looking for a trade in the right direction, right? Like that's the type of pressure we want on higher time frame 2 for us to then start looking for a trade, for our setup to form or anything, right? So everything will form, or even a trade will form whenever this, stays, it becomes 2. Like in this case, if let's say it becomes -2, then potentially we would start looking for sell positions. And this ensures that we are able to take both sides whenever there's pressure in the market, whenever the sellers are getting stronger in the market. Yeah, we just lower time frames are pointing towards selling. However, higher time frames are still pointing towards buying. So we're gonna wait and see how that performs. There's a minor is a pullback, reversal. We do see sellers heavy on lower time frames, and higher time frames are still bullish. But pressure going down is a sign where we can see the buyers are losing control. And the best part is, like, you can see that, like, once we have everything aligned, like this section aligns with here, means these trades will be extremely strong. But what I'm doing right now is ensuring that, on live streams we can get trades. using our system. And the system actually provides us the edge in the market. So why not utilize the system to its full potential? So we're still seeing pressure being extremely strong, and that is reflected in the price itself. Uh, we do have a structure here forming. If it breaks, we potentially might just need to close our entry, but pressure is still strong on the buy side. So which means buyers are extremely strong on higher time frames, whereas lower time frame is pointing towards ranging and sellers coming in heavy. 30-minute time frame, like the candle is bullish. This was an extremely bullish candle. We should see another bullish candle going up because we do not see any rejection. Price, breaks through our aggressive zones, and now price should continue going up and can continue going up. It could continue going up. So for right now, we're just going to wait and ensure that the pressure stays heavy on high time frames. Thirty-minute candle closes in 21 minutes. So we'll just have to wait. Yeah, trading during the war times is extremely different from trading during normal times. War times can have like a news that can significantly impact your position. The day before yesterday, I was trading oil, and as a certain news came out, and the price literally went against me. So it's really, really important that focusing on news while trading, especially during war times, is extremely important. So any aggressive move that happens, if it's backed by news, better to just close your position and get out no matter what, and always have your stop loss. Like always have your stop loss, or at least have your mouse on the close button. So if let's say trade is aggressively pushing down, you can just hit close and call it a day. Right now, even high time frames are starting to become bearish. But the pressure is still above 2. So unless it goes below 2, we are still holding our final piece of our position. Sellers came in heavy on lower time frames and even high time frame 1. This is a sensitive zone for sure, but we do want to see a candle close happening for us to, then potentially plan our setup. Yeah, the system ensures that you enter into a trade as it moves instead of you know entering after a trade has already moved. Yeah, either it breaks this band or this goes below 2, we can just close our trade setup. We already booked 50% already, right? So the key here is going to be for us to hold longer based on our pressure system. Ideal trades would form once we have, let's say, the oscillator pointing towards the same direction as the pressure builds up. Those trades would be explosive trades. Those trades would be, explosive trades, and we can, have aggressive position sizing on such trades. And the best part about this system is that it's the exact same strategy. Like nothing has changed within our strategy. Like it's the exact same strategy, and the only thing that we added is the volume, and volume is super important when you're trading. Like if you don't see any volume in the market, you don't want to be taking any trades. Once you see volume in the market, that's when your setups will become high probability setups. Your trades will become a lot cleaner, and that's why using our system, we have taken advantage of introducing volume. So now, the probability of taking good trades goes up. Yeah, if you can see, higher time frames is still staying above 2. So this is a very, very good sign. It's telling us that the buyers are still defending the price. Yeah, as long as this stays above 2, we are holding our position. If it closes below 2, that could be a sign that, potentially close our position. Sellers are coming in strong at this level. So potentially we might just close our entry here, the final piece that we are holding. How is the 30-minute candle looking? Yeah, either we can wait for the 30-minute candle or we can close here. I suggest we wait for 30-minute candle close, especially because the way this candle closed is extremely bullish. It broke structure. I expect some continuation to the upside. However, pressure is telling us that it's still at 5, so we just gotta hold and wait. And wait for 30-minute candle close. Any news in the market? No news, just the Iran delays, that's it. Pressure is coming down aggressively. Potentially a close at this level would be a good idea. We can probably look at re-entry. But a 30-minute candle close is essential right now for us to make that call. As long as pressure is holding above 2, that's a good sign for us. So it goes at 4, comes back at 5, goes at 4, comes back at 5. But sellers, for some reason, are extremely strong in the market, especially, and it's because of the dollar. Dollar's going up, gold is coming down. So for now, we're just gonna wait and hold our trade until the 30-minute candle close. Yeah, price is just consolidating here. And we can see pressure is kind of staying between 4 and 5 right now. We're waiting actually for the 30-minute candle close. Yeah, sellers are getting stronger and stronger, whereas buyers are still heavy overall. If this goes below 2 means that would be something to keep eye on. But yeah, maybe at stop at break even would be a good idea at this stage. Yeah, I've seen recently gold does such a move and there's no continuation after the move. But yeah, 30-minute candle close is what we're looking for. We're going to wait for the 30-minute candle close and then plan our trade. Yeah, like overall, we can see that pressure is, pushing aggressively to the sell side. However, we are still staying above 2. 30-minute candle is fully engulfing like it's pretty much trying to recoup this move that happened here, which is not a good sign. Yeah, we might have to close the second position at break even. Yeah, sometimes this would happen. We're at 2.8. Yeah, we're still above 2.63. We're still at 2.63, which is still above 2. We need to see the 30-minute candle. 5 minutes to candle close. Yeah, sellers are extremely strong, but overall buyers are still stronger than the sellers. Pressure is still above 2. The oscillator is, about to turn bullish. But it's still bearish on the 15 and the 30 minute. Yeah, it's going down. Pressure is going down at 2.29, 2.3. Two point 2.21. Yeah, the volatility is also balanced in the market today. What are we getting? We are getting okay. Yeah, volatility is balanced. 30-minute candle is closing in 2 minutes. Yeah. Anyone joining us? We had 3 trades today. We took 3 trades. We had 2 losses. We had 1 gain. We recovered these losses from this trade. And we're utilizing our Bullion Bullz trading system. Yeah, today what we have done is we have taken early entries based on our pressure system, which literally is telling us how the buyers versus sellers are performing overall on high time frames. And then based on that, the moment that there's that shift, we're able to take setups based on price structure, market structure on a lower time frame. We're closing in, I think, 1 minute, guys. Yeah, we're closing in 1 minute. 30-minute candle is closing in 1 minute. Yeah, our target for the trade is to hold it unless the 30-minute candle changes or we have pressure changing significantly. Like in this case, pressure did change significantly, but it's still staying above 2, which is a good sign. But if it goes below 2 along with the 30-minute candle, then potentially it might be just a time to exit the trade. Okay, we're about to close the 30-minute candle. Buyers came in heavy. Okay, 30 minutes is about to. If 30 minutes switches bullish, then that would be a big thing. But if the pressure goes below 2, I think we're just going to close it for the day. Just want to see how futures are doing as well, because we might start looking to trade futures soon. So I just want to see how futures are performing. Futures are coming down. Okay, but pressure is still heavy on the buy side. Yeah. This staying above 2 is what we are waiting for. Yeah, this coming below 2 would be the first sign of weakness because it's been staying above 2 for quite a while. And if it comes below 2, then that would be a sign of weakness in the price. And that would mean that the buyers are losing control and sellers are starting to dominate. But for now, we are still seeing it staying above 2. Yeah, if this goes below 2, then that would be the first sign to just exit the trade, not holding it anymore. Yeah, live stream has been a bit longer today, but it's more about us, working together as a community to see how our pressure system, eventually helps us stay inside the trade and pull good amount of profits, or stops us out based on showing us, okay, sellers are starting to dominate now. And seeing it in live time to see that how pressure stays dominant on the buy side and the price kind of stays at this level is telling us that how important it is for pressures to stay above 2. And that's why we're still inside our trade. We're still holding 50% of our position. Pressure going below 2 would be the first sign that buyers are losing control, sellers are coming in heavy, and that would just be the end of our trade, and we'll close our stream then. Okay, like our stream today is dependent on uh, buyers pretty much staying in control. And if there is a push that comes in because of this, that the buyers stayed in control and that led to potential move in the market. And if not, then we'll just close the trade. Thirty-minute candle is trying to push to the upside, so that is a good sign. However, we're going to utilize our pressure right now to either stay inside the trade or then potentially just close the trade. Yeah, it's it's quite surprising that it's staying above 2 and price is kind of just hovering at this level, which is kind of you know interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting, I'd say. It's very interesting actually to see how price is behaving right now at this level, and then buyers are still trying to control. So sellers are coming in heavy. Yeah, if it goes below 2, we are just going to close the trade. Like, there's no point of holding it anymore. And we will end the live stream as well. But yeah, our live streams are going to be very, very interesting going forward because we're going to be taking these pressure-based setups, and once pressure gets aligned with the overall bias and the overall direction of the market, we would see good, good setups forming and good trades being executed in the market. So we can see it's at 2.32 right now. $2.25. Yeah, pressure going below 2 is just the first sign to close the trade. Like, it's and that's where we would utilize this concept is it going above 2 is where we want to stay inside the trade, like try to find a setup, and then if it goes below 2, we just exit the trade with our remaining position or whatever position is left on the market. Or like for some people, they can just literally use it to guide themselves. Okay, pressure went from 20 to 10, close remaining position. Or pressure went from 20 to 2, you close it at break even. Like 20 to 2 is break even. 20 to 10 is going to be, you trying to lock in profits before the move actually just reverses. But if it continues, pressure just continuously keep building, you can just, hold your trade. But here pressure has been sitting at 2 for quite a while now. So we just got to make sure that, we hold our position until we drop below 2. If we drop below 2, then that's pretty much it. Like, we're not gonna fight the market. We're not gonna do anything else. We're just gonna take the loss and push and move forward, right? And for scalpers, like scalpers are going to be able to utilize this extremely well, because with with uh, with our pressure methodology, with our pressure system, people can literally, you know, scalp a move and then potentially hold your move until you see pressure dropping. So this could be a really, really good way to hold a continuity, like hold your trade, basically, right? We're seeing, okay, pressure coming down to 2.17. Pressure comes down to below 2, we're just closing the trade. We're not holding this. And this is just for the live stream today, like we're holding our trade. Otherwise, we would have just majority closed our position here. But since we are live streaming, I want to see, you know, our pressure system either giving us a move to the upside or getting us out in time of the trade, getting us out of the trade in time, right? So let's see what happens. For the people who are joining us, we're utilizing our Bullion Bullz trading system here. And this on this channel, you'll see systematic trading approach rather than, you know, what you see on YouTube majority of the traders doing. Like they're showing you like discretionary trading. However, here you will see why we are taking a setup, and this will be based on our data that is being presented right in front of your right in front of you on the screen. We'll be utilizing the Bullion Bullz trading Trendmaster. We'll be utilizing the Bullion Bullz AI system, which is the band itself, and then we'll be utilizing the Bullion Bullz dashboard. However, we have changed our methodology, and the Bullion Bullz oscillator. Normally, Bullion Bullz oscillator will provide us the bias for the direction, and dashboard is where which will help us, you know, trigger our entries. However, we are taking an approach where we'll be aggressive on live streams. So just take low, like it's important that we take low risk on our positions. And the way it's going to be is that we're going to utilize our pressure system to either find trade setups or, you know, just sit on the sidelines, because the pressure system is going to help us find opportunities in the market, which eventually will lead to good trades. So yeah, like that's why the live streams are going to be very, very entertaining going forward, because we're going to be trading live on these streams using our pressure system. Our Trendmaster indicator is utilizing this pressure system here. It's telling us, okay, pressure is at 2.3, which is above 2. So we're still holding our trade. We're still holding our trade, okay? We're still holding our trade. And today for the live stream, we're just, you know, applying our pressure-based trading system, which helps us see if buyers putting pressure in the market or are sellers putting pressure in the market. So from what we see right now, it's buyers putting pressure in the market. So buyers are heavy in the market right now. And that's why we are holding our trade. Otherwise, we would have just closed our trade. And as I mentioned earlier, this pressure system can actually be used as a mechanism of locking in profits. So for example, your pressure system is at 20, comes down to 10, you just close your trade. Majority of like close at 20, 50%, and then if you're holding for a longer move and pressure just comes down to 10, you just close your trade. And this pretty much works for everything. It works for gold, it works for silver, it works for US 30, US 100, it works for stocks, it works for everything. And that's the power of our Bullion Bullz Trendmaster system. And yeah, like people are not able to assess when to enter versus when not to enter, we are able to take the move as it happens and then hold on to that trade as long as, you know, overall, the buyer overall are stronger in the market. So right now we do see buyers, you know, being strong in the market. Pressure is still above 2. So yeah, we're just gonna, buying pressure is still above 2. So we're just gonna be holding our trade and waiting for our setup to play out. Yeah, that's why these live streams are going to be really, really good. Either we'll hit our stop, um, or what we can do is, like, if pressure comes down a certain amount, we'll just close our trade right away. We're not going to hold it to stop, because data will be telling us that, you know, it's better to just close your trade and take a small stop than try to take your full stop, right? So pressure is starting to come up again. You know, you can see pressure picking up. We were holding at a 2.3, 2.1. Now we have pushed to 2.52, which tells us that pressure, buyers are starting to step in again. And yeah, it becomes extremely powerful when the oscillator, when the dashboard, everything, you know, aligns together. There's confluence across all of these indicators that we have, you know, created. Whereas right now, since the market condition is different, we're utilizing our just the trend master indicator to give us these opportunities to trade the market as it moves. So right now the pressure is at 2.48. As long as, like, as I mentioned earlier, as long as pressure stays above 2 point, as long as it stays above 2, we're going to stay inside the trade. So we're looking at this number right here. Like, this has been above 2 since we have been in the trade. So that is telling us that the buyers are holding the market. If this comes below 2, buyers have lost control and price will start dipping. Like right now we're in a range on 1 minute. You can see price is staying inside the band. That is telling us that, you know, price is ranging. However, even within this range, buyers are strong. They're buying the market up. Pressure has started to increase to the buy side, even though price is coming down. This could just this could be a pullback, or we just, you know, we're just waiting for pressure to drop below 2. And utilizing this system, like, it just, you know, shortens your learning curve, because you don't have to worry about, the different concepts that are in the market, right? So just by utilizing the trend master and a simple moving average, anyone can actually be trading profitably, because the trend master indicator has been created to, you know, it's a systematic, it's a system based trade, it's a system based indicator, right? And it's not lagging, it's based on volume, right? So this is where it becomes extremely powerful for people who are just entering the trading world, because it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey, and, you know, getting something like Trendmaster very early on is going to help a lot of people, you know, take trades, hold trades, until market proves otherwise. We can still see the buyers are heavy in the market. 30-minute candle is bearish. So we're going to wait. And if it hits break even, that's okay. That's okay. It was a learning curve. It was a learning experience today. We learned pressure is still at 2.49. So that is a good sign. Everything is pointing like everywhere sellers are trying to sell, but the buyers are holding the market on a higher time frame. Still at 2.5. Pressure is still at 2.5. Price is holding extremely well. And what we're waiting for is we're waiting for a move either to the downside and gets us out of our trade, where pressure goes below 2, or to the upside, where pressure continues to build up in the market. And you know, these are some nuggets. These are nuggets that people who are watching the live stream, they can potentially go back to. Like right now, the trend master indicator is only for, you know, personal use. I might think about, you know, in the future to make it available for everyone to trade with, because trend master indicator really gives you edge in the market. It tells you when the markets are changing. It tells you when to hold your trade versus when not to hold your trade. So this is an extremely viable indicator in the market that, you know, potentially could come in the market and can help a lot of people who actually struggle with either, you know, jumping into trades or not being able to hold their trades. Yeah, pressure is still at 2.2. Pressure 2.2. Two point 2.09. Pretty much I think we're about to close our trade. If it goes below 2, means that that's the first sign of weakness, and we will just close the trade. How is futures looking? Yeah, futures is looking good. Buyers are strong on futures, which means this should be translated into CFDs as well. Yeah, we're closing a 30-minute candle in like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, pressure is at 2.03, 2.02, still staying at 2, 2.06, 1 minute to close. 2.01, 2. Yeah, this candle will decide pretty much. Like as soon as we see pressure going down, we will just close the trade. Okay, 1.99 guys. Get ready to close. Seems like buyers are starting to lose control. We're back to 2. 30-minute candle is about to close. Back below 2. Pretty much we're hovering at 2 right now. So just the candle close is what we're going to wait for now. And back above 2. Okay, good. Good, the volume's coming in, guys. Yeah, we might be closing soon. Price did not behave the way we were expecting it to behave. 1.97. And yeah, sellers are extremely strong in the market right now. Still above. We're at 1.95. Yeah, I'll be closing, guys. Like it's just it's below 2. Price is staying in the range and pretty much not doing anything really, right? We want to see aggressive moves, so I'll just close here, guys. We'll see it later if it starts pushing up. But yeah, we'll close the stream for today. And we will come back tomorrow, try to find other entries. Okay, guys? Enjoy your day. We'll see if it goes back to 2. But then it's just more about observing the price, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was a great stream today. I will come back live stream during the Asian session. But it's going to be a brief session because it's within 2 weeks will be more frequent. However, right now we're just going to keep it maybe an hour during the Asian session. Okay, guys? Take care, guys. Bye. Yep, that's it. We're going to close the trade.